Okay, so number 9 was on the scavenger hunt, and it was also in this assignment. It says, for the initial 90 miles of a flight, the pilot heads 8 degrees off course in order to avoid a storm. The pilot then changes direction to head towards the destination for the remainder of the flight, making a 157-degree angle to the first flight course. Determine the total distance of the flight is part A, and determine the distance of a direct flight is part B. So basically, let me draw you a picture. This is where the plane starts, okay? And this is where the plane is supposed to end. So this is basically the direct flight, okay? But instead, the pilot goes off of this course by 8 degrees. So it's a small angle here, 8 degrees. And the pilot travels for 90 miles, okay? Then the pilot turns 157 degrees, so here's 157, to head for the original destination. Okay, so this is basically the picture you have. So there's a couple things you want to find, but basically let's go ahead and just call this X and this Y, and then we'll talk about which parts we need. So the first thing I'm actually going to do is find this missing angle. So I'm going to do 180 minus 157 and minus 8. So that angle is 15 degrees. And then I'm going to use that. I'll solve for X first. So we'll have X over sine of 8 equals, and you have to use a pair where you have both, so 90 over sine of 115. Okay, take this sine 8, multiply over here. Okay, so 90, oh, that needs to be a fraction. 90 over sine 15, make sure you close those brackets, times sine 8. Alright, so 48.4, we'll go ahead and just round to the nearest tenth. And that actually allows me to finish part A. Part A says, what is the total amount that he flew? So remember, he already did 90 miles, and then he also flew this part. But then he stops, because this is the destination. So what basically part A is asking for 90 plus 48.4. So 138.4 is the final answer, miles. Okay, so then part B is asking what's the distance of a direct flight. So part B wants to know what's the value of y. So let's go ahead and solve for y. So we'll have y over sine 157 equals 90 over sine 15 times by sine 157 . So 135.9. So that is what a direct flight would have been. And this is how much it actually flew.